For years, Americans were told one thing: electric cars are cheaper, cleaner, smarter, and the future of driving. But now, in 2026, millions of drivers across the United States are asking a completely different question. Why are EV insurance bills exploding? Why are charging prices rising? And why are some gas car owners suddenly saving more money than EV drivers? Because the truth in 2026 is far more complicated than people expected. Some EV owners are saving thousands every year. Others, they're trapped with expensive insurance, costly battery repairs, and charging bills that keep climbing. Meanwhile, modern gasoline cars have quietly become more fuel efficient, more reliable, and in some states, surprisingly cheaper to own. So today, we're breaking down the real numbers. No marketing, no politics, no fanboy arguments. Just one question. In America in 2026, which car actually saves your money, EV or gas? And by the end of this video, you may completely rethink your next car purchase. Now, let's discuss the biggest reason people buy EVs: fuel savings. This is where things become very interesting. Back in 2022 and 2023, gasoline prices shocked America. Some states saw fuel prices skyrocket above expectations. That pushed many drivers toward electric vehicles, and initially, EV charging looked dramatically cheaper. But in 2026, charging costs vary massively depending on where you live. For example, if you live in a state with lower electricity rates and charge at home overnight, an EV can still save you thousands. But if you rely mainly on public fast charging, the situation changes fast. Public fast charging networks across America have increased prices. In some cities, fast charging now costs close to gasoline driving levels, especially during peak demand hours. And there's another issue nobody expected: demand pressure. As millions more EVs entered American roads, charging infrastructure became crowded in major metro areas. Some drivers now wait in line during travel seasons. Others pay premium charging rates during rush hours. Meanwhile, modern gasoline cars became more fuel efficient. Hybrid vehicles especially changed the game. Some hybrids now achieve fuel economy numbers that dramatically reduce gasoline costs. And suddenly, the gap between EVs and efficient gas cars became smaller than expected. So who wins in fuel savings? It depends entirely on your lifestyle. EVs save the most money if you charge at home. Electricity is cheap. You drive long distances regularly. You avoid public fast chargers. Gas or hybrid cars may save more if you rent apartments, you road trip often, you lack home charging. Electricity prices are high in your state. And this is why Americans in 2026 are divided. Some EV owners say, "I'll never go back to gas." Others say, "My charging bills shocked me." Now we reach the most controversial issue of 2026: insurance. And this is where many EV owners got blindsided, because insurance companies discovered a serious problem. Electric vehicles are often more expensive to repair, especially after accidents involving battery systems. Even small collisions can trigger expensive inspections. Some repair shops lack certified EV technicians. Battery housing damage can become extremely costly, and advanced sensors, cameras, and software systems raise repair prices even further. As a result, insurance premiums for some EV models exploded, especially luxury EVs. Some Americans reported insurance increases of hundreds, even thousands, of dollars annually. Now, to be fair, not all EVs are expensive to insure. Some mainstream models remain relatively manageable, but overall, insurers now treat many EVs as higher-risk repair vehicles. And there's another hidden factor: repair time. Some EV parts take longer to replace. That means insurance companies pay for longer rental coverage, which increases overall claim costs. And what happens next? Premiums rise for everyone. Meanwhile, many traditional gasoline cars still benefit from wider repair networks, cheaper parts, faster repair cycles, more mechanics, lower accident repair complexity. This became a major shock in the EV market because people expected maintenance savings, but didn't expect insurance inflation. And in some states, insurance alone erased most EV fuel savings. That's one of the biggest financial lessons of 2026. Cheap charging does not automatically mean cheap ownership. Now let's talk about maintenance. This is where EVs still have major advantages. Electric vehicles have fewer moving parts, no oil changes, no transmission fluid systems in many designs, no exhaust systems, no spark plugs, no engine timing systems. That means lower routine maintenance. And for many owners, EV maintenance really is cheaper over several years. But there's one giant fear Americans still have: riding replacement sa Now, here's the reality. Most modern EV batteries are lasting longer than earlier critics predicted. Many batteries survive well beyond 100,000 miles, some much longer. But when battery failures happen, repair costs can become enormous. And even though battery prices are gradually falling, replacement still scares used car buyers. That affects resale values. Meanwhile, gasoline vehicles have their own maintenance problems: engine repairs, oil leaks, fuel systems, emission systems, transmission failures. Modern gas cars are more reliable than older generations, but they still contain far more mechanical complexity than EVs. So overall, EV advantage: lower regular maintenance, simpler drivetrains, fewer mechanical failures. Gas car advantage: easier nationwide repair access, faster service, lower catastrophic replacement fear. And once again, the answer depends on the owner. Now let's discuss something many buyers ignore: resale value. In earlier years, some EVs had incredible resale strength, but by 2026, the market changed dramatically. Why? Because EV technology evolves extremely fast. Newer models arrive with better batteries, longer range, faster charging, updated software, improved autonomy systems that can make older EVs depreciate quickly. And when manufacturers cut new EV prices, used EV prices often collapse even faster. Some Americans who bought EVs during peak pricing years lost major value on trade-ins. Meanwhile, reliable gasoline and hybrid vehicles held value surprisingly well in several regions, especially affordable Japanese hybrids and trucks. And there's another reason: used buyers worry about battery health. Even if batteries are still functioning properly, the fear itself affects resale demand. Now, this doesn't mean EVs are failing. Far from it. EV sales remain massive in America, but the used market is becoming more selective. Buyers now care deeply about battery warranty, charging history, range degradation, software support, repair records, which means future EV ownership requires smarter planning than many expected. Now, here's the most important part of this entire video, because there is no universal winner. The best financial choice depends entirely on your lifestyle. Scenario 1. The homeowner commuter. If you own a house, have a garage, drive daily, charge overnight, live in a low electricity cost state, then an EV can absolutely save serious money, especially over multiple years. You avoid gas stations almost entirely. Maintenance stays low, and charging becomes predictable. For this driver, EVs often win. Scenario 2. Apartment living in big cities. But if you rent an apartment, depend on public chargers, park on streets, frequently fast charge, then EV savings shrink dramatically. You may face expensive charging, waiting times, higher insurance, charging inconvenience. For this driver, hybrids may actually offer better value. Scenario 3. Long-distance road trip drivers. If you constantly travel long highway distances, gasoline and hybrid vehicles still offer advantages in convenience and refueling speed. America's charging network improved massively, but rural infrastructure gaps still exist in some regions, and long-distance EV travel still requires more planning. Scenario 4. Families on tight budgets. This category matters most in 2026. Many middle-class Americans simply want reliability, affordable insurance, predictable monthly costs. And for these families, a reliable hybrid may currently offer the best balance between fuel savings, lower repair risk, lower purchase cost, better insurance stability. This is why hybrid demand is exploding again in America. They sit directly between gas and EV ownership. So, where is America heading next? The answer is clear. Electric vehicles are not disappearing. In fact, EV technology continues improving rapidly. Battery prices are slowly declining. Charging infrastructure keeps expanding. Software systems are becoming smarter. And future solid-state batteries could completely change the industry again. But 2026 taught Americans something important. The future is more complicated than slogans. EVs are not automatically cheaper for everyone. Gas cars are not automatically outdated, and hybrids may become the biggest surprise winner of this decade. The real financial decision now depends on location, lifestyle, insurance rates, electricity prices, driving habits, vehicle financing, repair access, and smart consumers are finally looking at total ownership cost, not just fuel. So, EV versus gas cars in America 2026, which actually saves your money? Here's the honest answer. EVs win if you charge at home, Drive frequently. Keep the car long-term. Have affordable insurance. Gas and hybrid cars win if you need lower upfront costs, want repair simplicity, travel long distances often, depend on public charging. And in many cases, the smartest financial vehicle in 2026 may not be fully electric or fully gasoline. It may be the hybrid sitting quietly in the middle, because in today's economy, saving money isn't about trends. It's about choosing the right vehicle for your life. And now we want to hear from you. Would you buy an EV in 2026? Or are gas and hybrid cars still the smarter financial choice? Comment below. And if you enjoyed this deep breakdown on the future of driving in America, subscribe to Auto Insurance and EV Savings for more powerful updates on EV technology, insurance trends, car ownership costs, and the future of transportation. Because the car market is changing fast, and the smartest drivers stay informed.